last lectures we have discussed about classes, and we have also done an exercise of class. Here we will do another exercise of class to strong our command on this on the objective, on the OOPs. OOPs are object oriented programming. So let's start. Here I have already done the exercise and I will explain it thoroughly. You practice it by yourself in the Jupyter notebook or in any other or PyCharm or any other. You can also do practice in Google Colab, which is best, but it requires net all the time. So let's start. I have here created the class of a class in the name of a beam because I want to show the length of the beam, width of the beam, height of the beam, material from which the beam is formed, and also I want to calculate the cross-sectional area of the beam, which is width multiply height, and moment of inertia of the beam, which is width multiply height cube divided by 12. So I have created the class of beam, and then through init function I have entered the attributes to this class, which is length, width, height and material. You can learn this code by watching my previous lectures, so you can learn them easily there. That why I use init functions here, that why I use display functions. I use display function then to display my attributes. I have first displayed length of the beam, which is self.length. I will pass the value here, and then width of the beam, then height of the beam, then material of the beam from which the beam is formed, then cross-sectional area of the beam, which is the cross-sectional. The formula for the cross-sectional area is, I have written it wrong here, so it is now right, self.height multiplied by self.width. Then I have calculated the moment of inertia and passed the formula, which is self.width multiplied self.height to the power of 3 bh cube divided by 12. Then I have created the function of information of beam, in which I will store the values of length, width, height and material. Okay. So after creating the function, I have created a variable in which I have stored the values of the class, which is beam. Now I have entered the first value, which represents the length. Then I have entered the second value, which represents the width. Then I have entered the third value, which represents the height. The fourth value represents the material from which the beam is formed. I have entered steel, so it means it is a steel beam. Okay, it is a beam which is made up of steel. Then I have used information.display. I have relayed this function with the display function. To display means it will display the values, it will carry these values to these attributes, and then I will done this. This means that every attribute will be shown in a separate line, and this dash multiply 30 shows in the end I will have dashes. Then I have called the function, I have and this is my output. I can run the code. So length of the beam is 23, width of the beam is 3, height of the beam is this, material of the beam from which is formed steel, cross-section area of the beam is 3 multiplied by 515. Similarly, moment of inertia of the beam, you can calculate it from the calculator, but you just write this code on your Jupyter notebook or on your Google Colab or on the PyCharm, anything which you use to run Python codes, and you can get easily the values here. So in the next lectures we will study the classes with more details, inshallah.